It's published by NAL.
Now, what are they trying to suppress in that book? What do they say is going to be in that book that everyone's going around, they're not going to let her print the book?
Yeah. What I understand is they're talking about how the father beat the family into musical synchronicity, and, you know, that the family had to be together. And also they're talking about the mother. She addresses incest, whatever that means. That's
addresses it.
Addresses it. By whom, I don't know. You know,
but obviously within the family.
Right, within the family. And so, but Michael...
What would that do to their careers? We always thought of the Jacksons as so happy. And if this did come out, and if it were true that there was incest, that wouldn't ruin their careers at this point, would it? I mean, they're all adults.
No, very little ruins people's careers at this point in America. And I really have to say that, but it's true.
Tell me what's going to stop a career then?
Yeah,
Nothing.
we let it all hang out. I mean, if Madonna can masturbate on stage and whatever in videos, okay. But
I have a book coming out. I'm trying to write in people I slept with. I haven't got a chapter.
It's interesting, though, that Michael's people, Bertram Fields, who is his lawyer, has sent them, the publisher, a letter threatening LaToya that if there's anything defamatory about Michael in it, that they will sue. And LaToya's people are saying, well, if you keep harassing me, I will really say something that'll rock the whole Jackson family, which I think is not good on LaToya's part. LaToya has a record deal coming up. And when you can't bring that kind of, you know, people love the Jackson family, and I think she should be a little bit more cautious about that, because people have to want you to be a successful star. You have to, like, see her and say, oh my God, that's LaToya. You're not going to want to look at, she's not going to want you to look at her and say, oh, she'll say anything, you know, so she has to be careful
What about
that.
the snake? Is it hers or not hers?
Oh, you know, Ford Modeling Agency had a party Monday night, and Rod Stewart was there with Rachel Hunter.
Is they still together?
Yes.
I knew it would last.
2 whole months.
2 whole months, those crazy kids. God love them. Go on.
And they tried their best to get Rod to come up and say hello to LaToya and to pet the snake. Of course, he wouldn't have anything to do with the snake, and I really don't blame him, but Miss Marla Maples was there, and she was stroking that snake, because she had it. I didn't mean it that way.
And
did I?
I'll bet she taught that snake a thing or two. That was one happy snake. The purring python. Whoa! Is the snake rented? I read that in the paper, that it's not even her own snake.
Well, I don't even know. It's a 6-foot boa, and LaToya travels all the time. I can't see where she takes care of it all the time, because LaToya, she called me. She just came back from Europe, and she called and said that she is on the road literally every day. She's moving, you know, going from place to place. She can't keep it.
For is that she's planning to write a book about her life. And in her book, she says that she was going to write that Michael was molested when he was a child. And Michael was very upset by this and had his lawyer contact her and tell her that if she writes such a thing, that he will sue her and ruin her. And moreover, LaToya tried to blackmail her family for $5 million and told her own mother that if you give me $5 million, Ma, I won't write the book.
What happened to the book?
Well, the book was rejected a number of times at a number of different houses.
Rejected because it was too hot to handle?
No, because there was nothing in it.
Too boring.
You know, it was a poem, you know.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think the book is coming out at some point.
So it comes out and they were abused children?
Well, you know, I don't know if that's true. I know that's what LaToya planned to write, but I don't know if she could prove such a thing.
God. Some news on good old LaToya?
Oh, well, you know, Jack, LaToya's manager and husband, is very angry at me. He says that on your show, I said that LaToya had filed criminal charges against him. I didn't say that. I said that the DA was going to file on her behalf.
Right.
But since then, it's back in family court. And after that, I said on the show, LaToya doesn't want him to go to jail. And I'm just kind of upset because he's been faxing to me threatening letters. And you know, Jack was also my friend, Joan. You know, when he was, you know, having a surgery, I got down on my knees and held LaToya's hand and prayed with her. And I really loved him a great deal, too. But now, this harassing, you know, it's not fair.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that. so
Also,
that's
you're a
not-
reporter, and you should be saying what you say.
I have
and
to do.
That's
It's
your
my job.
Toya.
Okay, now Janet told the June issue of Allure magazine that she goes in this thing, she hadn't talked to LaToya for 3 years, and LaToya showed up at her studio in Minneapolis. But all this much, I don't know about the don't talk to for 3 years, but LaToya did show up unannounced. But then she says LaToya took off her coat, and it was then that she saw the wire and threw her out. What LaToya kept trying to tell Janet when Janet was screaming, you're wired like a mad woman, was she was decided just to go over to the studio and see Janet because Janet wasn't calling her back. And she still had, you know, a mic box on.
Right.
She was in between rehearsals. She was taping that Exotic Club tour video. And she kept trying to tell her, you know, no, this is the mic box. You know, I'm in between rehearsals. And Janet is going off on this tangent screaming, you know, she was not wired. She still had, or with a tape recorder to tape record whatever she was saying. She had a microphone on from rehearsal.
But what were they want to...
You know, it was just,
Mics
it
were
was
about.
awful, and it was what my whole thing was a devastating experience for LaToya. And I just think that Janet should listen to what and know the truth. Her sister didn't go there to record anything.
Yeah.
Her sister went there to see her out of love because she wanted to see her, and Janet acted like a crazy woman. So, I mean, I just want to clear it up because it's in this magazine, and I even think the magazine should look into things. I mean, I'm a reporter. I tell two sides of the story before they go off and write somebody was wired.